Hey my people, so this look is inspired by the Gemini Zodiac sign because I'm a Gemini and my birthday is May 22nd, which means probably yesterday. But if you want to see how I got this look, stay tuned and let's get into it. Let's get straight into this look. It's kind of cloudy outside, kind of overcast. But, so I came in, brows done, lids primed. I actually used a trick that I use for when I do drag makeup. And a lot of drag queens do is gluing your brows down. Because this is all hair, you know. And then I just spackle straight over it. You know, I might show how I do that in a later video. But, you know, drag queens quite often glue their brows down so they can have a bigger eye space. So I'm going in with my Juvia's Place palette. This orange one here, don't know the name. And I'm going to go in with this green shade called Niger. And some of these names I cannot pronounce, so I might just put them up in the corner. But I'm going to take that on this flat paddle brush. I used to never know what these were for, honestly. I used to use them to blend out my concealer under my brow. But they're really good for blending, like eyeshadow. So I just take it on the brush, and I'm going to stamp that. And like that. See, like it applies so well and so pigmentedly. It gets a lot more pigment from the shadow, I feel, opposed to a blending brush. So I'm going to just stamp that all into the crease. I'm only going to take it halfway. I like one of these. It comes in handy. It's just a little jar with a sponge on it, like a sponge, but you rub your brush in it and it picks up all the pigment from the brush, which you will probably need for this look. If not, just use a paper towel or a dry makeup wipe and swirl your brush on it. It'll do the same thing. But I'm going to take the same brush, I just wipe it off in there, clean off the extra shadow, and I'm going to go in with this blue shade called Over Here. So I'm going to go in with this blue shade, and I'm going to do the same thing, except with this shade, I'm going to start to wing it out slightly. So I'm going to start stamping it in the middle. I want it to be most pigmented right there, just so you can see that difference in color, basically. And then I'm going to just start stamping this up and out towards the edge of my brow. So it's going to be winged out like that. And now we'll go in with the same brush after I clean it off and blend out this harsh line. These birds are just chirping away. So, this is what it looks like with a more diffused line. I've started more blending out the edge, leaving room so I can blend upwards, opposed to just going straight in with a color and then trying to lighten my stroke. I feel like this is a lot easier of a way. I'm trying to use as few eyeshadow palettes as I can. So if you have it, you're able to do the look. But I'm now going in with Dakar, I still don't know how to pronounce this, but this orange shade here. And I'm going to go in with that on the other eye, just the same as we did here. Just start by stamping it in to the crease, kind of low, so you do have that blending space to blend upwards. I'm only going to take that halfway. Okay, then that palette does oxidize a little bit to be a little bit more red tone, but it should make a different, show up more of a contrast once I add this red. This color is from Sugarpill. I do not know the name because it's on the back. But I'm going to just take the same brush after I clean it off, same thing as I did on this eye. I'm going to just start tapping that in and wing it upward. So I'm going to just build that shade up also because you do want to see the difference between the red and the orange, since this does oxidize a little bit darker. All products will be linked down below, by the way, as well as my social media if you want to see how I made this birthday look. Then follow my social media at FaceByTrevy everywhere basically. So, but I did cheat on this eye because I want this orange to be a little bit lighter. You don't have to do that, but I took the orange from the Laura Lee palette, the Dranks. I always say Danks when people compliment my face. So I'll be like, thanks. But Danks instead. But I'm going to take a light concealer with an angled brush. It's like a little angled brush. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to cut the lid all the way out across. So I just like to take this in slow steps. Also because I do have a hooded lid. So I try to start low. And then I slowly work my way up. And I keep my eye. I always check to see if my eye is open. If the color does go above that part or if it's just on my lid, because if I open my eye, all that color work is gone basically. That's on my lid. So I try to take it above that point. I just go slow and I keep checking it out as I go. So I'm gonna just keep carving. And then I open my eye, see it's a little bit above, so I'm gonna take it a little bit higher. So that's how I carve my crease, but I'm gonna take this all the way out to the wing. So I did cut that all the way out to the corner, which I will clean up this little bit when I do my concealer and wing it like that. So next I'm going in with this slightly fluffy flat brush. I I love these for packing color on the lid, but I'm going to take this cream shade here called Kissy. I want something more near my skin tone. You can choose a lighter tone if you are in lighter complexion, or a darker tone if you're darker in complexion. I just want this to be more like a neutral lid. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it on the brush. I'm just going to start packing it all over this color, this concealer on the lid. And what the concealer does is first cut your crease really nicely and sharply, and then gives a great base for a color to pop on top of it and or stick, because sometimes shadows have problems sticking, as well as if there's another shadow beneath it. So that's all I'm about to do now, is just pack that all over the lid. As you can see, it is very close to my skin tone. So what did I do? I put that color all over the lid, and I took this multicolor liner. They sell these at Ulta sometimes in their clearance. But I just put that along the cut just to give it a little bit more pop. As you can see, it rings back at you, and just to make that line look a little bit sharper. So let me explain this look. It looks a little bit like a pride look. It's not. I'm a Gemini. My birthday's May 22nd. This video should be up on the 23rd, but I'm doing this look to show the difference between me. Just like the green and blue goes to how I'm calm and I'm huge party mood all the way. And you know, Geminis are usually the twins, the ones who flip sides really quick. I not much like that, but I can most definitely be. So this orange, the red, is more like my irritation to pure anger. But I switch back pretty quickly if I get angry, which is very rare. I even did the bandana to match that. And I've done it this way because I want to show his tied inside of me. Because it's, yes, they're two different personalities, but they're all me. And the shirt just kind of matches my fraternity shirt I made for our new members thing. But there's going to be more going into this eye look. I'm going to go do my face off camera, and I'll be right back to finish the eyes for you. Hey, so what did I do off camera? First, I did my base, contour, what is this, foundation, that type of stuff, base. Now, what did I do after that? I went in with rhinestones. I put red above the green and blue above the orange. This is more just to symbolize how, yes, they're two different personalities within me, but they're still within me. So they do, you know, swirl up in here sometimes. So, finish off part of the eyes, I'm going to go in with the red. I'm going to put that on the lower lash line over here. So, just keeping that same thought in mind. And I'm going to first stamp it on there because I like it to be real close to my lash line. And then I'm going to slowly blend it down. How far down, we will see. Sometimes I keep it closer to the lashes. Sometimes I go kind of low on the lid. But yeah, just blend that inner to outer corner. Back into my Juvia's Place palette with the green Niger. I think that's Niger. So I'm going to go in with the green, and I'm going to do the same thing, but on the other eye. So you can see how these are starting to really mesh together. Wow, that was supposed to be orange. I'm going to go fix that, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So whatever I did worked out. Yeah, it wasn't bad though. I did kind of like the red because it really like fell into that really nicely. But what did I do next? I went into my waterline with this gel liner that's just pencil from Appeal in the shade Desert Taupe. It'll be linked down below, but it's like a really brownish color. I wanted something more neutral for my skin tone, but nothing that was going to pop too much. So that was really nice. And now I'm going in with these lashes from Pur Cosmetics. It's my favorite style. It's in the style Diva. And it goes with every look, so I'm going to go apply those off camera so we can finish off the face and the eyes. So with applying lashes, it always helps to put a little liner across your lash line. No wing, but like across your lash line, so it hides the gap between your lashes and your fake ones, as well as ties in that inner corner with the lash band. But I'm going in with this blush brush, and this blush from Pur Cosmetics is my favorite blush of the time right now. Well, one of them, but it's called Desert Rose. It's this really nice color, very, very pigmented. So I'm going to take this on the cheeks, very lightly, moderately lightly. And as well as that, I'm going to put it in some other places of the face. I just like to do that to balance out color overall, because otherwise you see only color in this strip of area. So I like to put a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin, very, very lightly. Like I don't want pigment like my cheek, and a little bit across my forehead. That's just to balance out the overall look. So put that on the cheeks. Now for highlighter, I'm going in with this loose highlighter from Juvia's Place called Nefertiti. Last time in my last video I said it was Illuminati. That's not what it is. So I'm gonna go in with this this little fluffy brush. I like to use these brushes for my brow bone. I'm only taking it from the cap because there's already a lot in the cap, and since it's loose it can come off a little bit too much sometimes. So I'm gonna put that and I'm gonna just swipe it above my brow bone, and that gives a nice shine compared to that nice shine right there that pops at you. I'm going to use this on my inner corner. I just love one highlighter across the face because it just ties everything in really nicely. I'm going to take some water and point this little pencil brush. I'm just wet the brush. This does make a difference. It does make shadows quite often, especially highlighters, appear a lot brighter than if you put it without wetting the brush first. So I'm going to take a little bit of the highlighter on the brush. I'm just going to start stamping that into my inner corner. And I'm going to try to blend it out best as I can because since it is loose, it can clump if you wet it a little bit sometimes. So I'm going to just put it in my inner corner, swipe it a little bit up into the inner corner, and a little bit down along the lash line. So that's my inner corner. So this, compared to that, just ties everything together. First, I'm going to take that on my Cupid's bow. I'm sorry that the lighting got so bad. My ring light is on its way in the mail. My first ring light ever. And the clouds, the weather did me dirty. The weather did me dirty. It told me one thing and did another thing. So I'm also going to take that on my cheek right here. It's already glowing so good right now though. But I'm going to take that right there on the cheek. I just like that little ting. But I'm also going to blend out the edges. I also hate when it's like really harsh in person. So I'm going to blend out the edges. I'm going to do the other cheek. I'm going to be back with my lip to close out this video. So I kept the lip really basic with the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade Lip Gloss. I'll have this also linked down below. But this is my my Gemini look since my birthday is May 22nd. So probably yesterday. And I just wanted to celebrate just me as a being, and what this look represents is definitely my personality in my opinion. It's very extra. It's also toned down at the same time if you take in the lid. Calm to party animal. Irritated to fierce. Don't mess with me. But that is my look for today, and I hope to see you in the next one. Follow my social media down below. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, click the bell so you know when I post. I will see you in the next one. Bye.